I was telling a friend about my favorite piece ever and why I loved it so much. And it was because I exercised something I don't normally have, which is restraint. I added a stroke, not a lot of strokes, and I thought, you're done. Like, I just knew it. I could just feel it. I didn't need to do anything else. And I just dropped the brush and walked away. And he said to me, well, maybe teach a class. That would be a fun class in teaching restraint. And I said, I did it once. I don't think that constitutes my ability to teach others. And I also said that basically I am here to teach the exact opposite. I feel like a lot of people use too much restraint, and I'm all about pushing your limits, trying new things. What if? But then I started thinking about it and whether or not that was kind of a mixed message. And here's my conclusion. What I can teach, what I can try to teach, is the difference between listening to your body and knowing if you are using restraint because your piece has told you it's done or it doesn't need any more, or if you are acting out of fear. Because I think those are two different things. I think that if you decide not to add another layer because your piece doesn't need another layer, well, that's restraint. But if you're deciding not to add another layer or another stroke or another flower or another drip because you're scared, air quotes, of messing it up, well, that's not restraint, that's fear. So how do you know the difference? How can you possibly know the difference? And again, this isn't, I don't know if it's something you can teach, but it's at least a feeling I can share with you. I know something's done when I look at it and my body relaxes, where I cannot figure out where something else needs to go. Because up until that moment, every time I look at either a piece of furniture or a canvas, whether it's big or it's small, and I look at it, there is like a glaring red arrow, like flashing and pointing to exactly where I need to add something or take something away or reinvent something or add another detail. Like, it's so, I don't know, it's like this magic neon sign that goes off in my head. And I know when something's done when there's no sign. There's no arrow. There's no gut feeling that says, ugh. Now, this can change overnight. I can leave something and feel done. And maybe it's because I'm tired or I've done enough. But then the next morning is really when I can tell. Because the next morning is when I walk in with fresh eyes and a fresh attitude and I can see, oh yeah. And that's basically how I did my rage couch all those years ago. Every day I walked in, and every day she told me she needed a little something extra, a little something here, a little something there, until one day I walked in and she didn't talk to me anymore. And that was her way of saying, we're good, we're done. And not only were we done with the project and done with the painting, but we were kind of done with the emotional turmoil. Sometimes I guess those two things go hand in hand. So I don't know if I've taught you anything, and I certainly don't think I've taught you about restraint, but I at least can shed light on what I consider the difference when you're painting. So just listen to your body. Are you done or are you scared?